Hi. Hi.
All news story coverage.
Hey, Gabe. I saw you on 13. Hey, Lon.
Hey.
How you doing?
Robert Mapplethorpe.
Joe
Right?
Cohn.
Hi, Joel. How are
Robert
you?
Mapplethorpe.
Just kidding.
Listen, I promised all those tapes to you. You know, Steve Allen and all that.
Great.
So I have him here.
Terrific.
How you doing? This is Mitch, and
Hi, Mitch.
He's with the Skinheads in New York. He was with them.
You were the Skinheads?
He was with them. Okay, but then when they found out he was Jewish and all that, there was controversy.
A Jewish skinhead.
It's not about that today.
Did you bring the picture in?
No, I didn't. I'll bring the picture in.
Of the
What are you guys
Skinheads?
going to do?
Huh? We just want to see.
I'm
We're
Joe.
waiter at a bad restaurant. Nice.
We wanted to get here a little bit earlier, well, a lot earlier. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of how Joe prepares to do his show tonight, and maybe he would like to talk about something like that. You know, about what's happening in Bensonhurst with Al Sharpton and all that. But we'd like to see you if
You're
possible.
asking Joe Flores what's happening in Bensonhurst?
Well, he knows Sharp Al Sharpton.
Yeah, Sharpton ripped him off for like 10 grand, his family.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, listen, so are you opposed to just letting us see what's going on for 15 minutes?
I have no concern.
Okay, okay.
There's only one problem.
What's that?
Because I knew Gabe had someone in his office, and we really don't like people wandering around the building.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. So can you guys like hang in the lobby until he's done?
Oh, but
Well, you can come and
All right. Well, you hang with me.
he's got one of those. I was going to give it
yeah,
to
you can
Gabe.
come to the studio if you like.
Thank you.
Just sit there for a while.
Okay, we'd appreciate
You
that.
guys look scary. It's like Jose Greco on drugs here, doesn't he? Kidding. They're big.
Let me tell you, Lionel, I've been exhausting my monetary funds with tapes recording you all the time. You know, you got to take a vacation and give me a break.
Oh, I gotta take a vacation. Right. I love this. Follow me.
Okay.
Walk this way.
Wait, you've got some time, right?
Yeah.
Paul Harvey
Here's
and all
what I'm
that.
gonna do. I'm gonna take a leak.
Okay, where should
Let
we
me
meet you?
escort you back over
Thank
there,
you.
so they don't go crazy.
All right.
I gotta think about security. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Security, we just walked through. Oh, you
Talk to
mean
this guy Newman. What's his name? Or he called me here today.
Keith Newman? I'm his
He called me
answering
back. He
machine.
said, "I thought you'd call me back. You
sound like a
call me back."
A baby.
It's like,
No, you're a
"Fuck
baby."
you. I didn't call you back. I don't live to call you back. I've got a life.
Well, how many messages do I leave for you?
No, man. No, I know, but it's like we get a million.
I know.
I get a million. And it's no big deal, but it's like, I got people to call.
Did he sound like a baby? No, you're a baby. I'm a baby.
It's that New York attitude. It's like, my shit doesn't stink. I'm tough, I'm rough. I've ridden the subways all my life. I'm better than you.
Mitch hasn't heard you that much. I just want to say that he is, in one word, a visionary.
Good.
Where's Steve?
Listen, he's in there. Have a seat right here. I'm gonna go drain the vein. I'll be right back.
That's Steve on the an upbeat, pleasant. He talks like he's smiling.
Don't let him kid you. He's psychotic. Completely.
You always say, you know,
He used to be a skinhead. You believe it?
So say it again.
Mitch, I'm really disappointed in the way you're recording. He comes into my house and the tape deck is in the wrong mode, the pause button is on the whole last night. Now you had the microphone plugged in the headphone jack, and now I find out that the radio is on besides that, and we missed the whole thing here.
The way to get a live feed of what's going out over the radio is through the headphone jack.
Exactly. We're going to have to, turn it to the, when Lionel goes on, turn it to the radio and pick up the delayed Lionel.
So you pick up the delayed Lionel or the live Lionel?
I got an idea. This may be kind of off the wall, but why don't you do it?
Yeah.
You're such an expert. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. I think one way
It's that skinhead mentality.
to eliminate that problem is.
Yeah, so why don't you do it?
Guess I'll see you later.
10 seconds.
Still driving? Huh?
September
I gotta get my contacts.
See, but you must take delivery from your unit.
You're fine, you know how to do it. Where's your radio switch? I don't know.
The next one's free. Come on, there's no such.
I think this is obscene. Oh, Paul Harvey, it's tough for people to stay on throughout the portion of this. Robert Mapplethorpe, my Two Live crew. The man was a nothing. He was a putz. He was a zero. He died. That's the first group. That's the first step in advancing your career is die. Ask Jim Croce about that. The man is incredible. Elvis, on his way out, he died. He's number one. Then He takes pictures of people urinating in vats of grape juice or whatever it is. I don't know. Is this obscene? Who cares? Let's go to Ram. Ram.
Yeah. Hi, Lionel.
Yeah, Ram.
I was listening to you about 45 minutes ago, driving down. I think up to the anything, and I found people sensitive,
What?
and I found to
What do you mean an affront to their sensitivity? What does that mean? Affront what?
it hurts people's sensitivity.
It hurts their sensitivity of people. Ram, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about?
You know, Jesus, like, to a scripture,
Yes?
predominantly a Christian country. Just in the predominantly Christian country. Really, it hurts people to be looking. I think that is obscene.
So if it hurts people, it's obscene. Who are these people?
People, it is a society.
What society? What happens if something that you decide... Okay.
Because I'm not sure which of the powerful. The final,
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, I'll be honest with you. I mean, right now, I'm kind of... And I can follow most concepts, but this call, right now, so far... What is the obscenity part come into it, if at all?
okay, here's where the final.
Right. All right, see what happens, kids? If you don't take your vitamins, you grow up to be that. You'll ramble. It's called logolalia. Word for the day, logolalia. Psychotic rambling. Mental masturbation. Diarrhea of the mouth. Total formless vocal feces spewing forth without any semblance, any form, without any fiber. It's about this time that my sugar drops, and I look to the sky, and I drop to my knees, and I say, Dear God, thank you for three things. Thank you for Rosemary Clooney. Thank you for fast cars. And thank you for Don Richards, that maven of the news profession. A man who taught me that wonderful aphorism. If you don't have the news, make it up. That's scary.
Where's Don? Where's the afternoon?
It's 5:50 stories
See,
from
that's
working on
deprivation.
970 WFLA News Center could be a couple of
great.
Doesn't it look like some kind of a-
NASA has the space shuttle Discovery.
So I know now why you can't hear him or what's going on.
Passion carry at 901 with the Pinecrest Road, being advised not to eat ground meat they may have purchased.
The WFLA, let's go to Robert. Robert.
Hello, Robert. Lionel?
Hello, Jim.
Oh, yeah, very good.
Yeah, Robert. Yeah, Robert.
What we're talking about here is tax supported bigotry.
No, we're not.
Well, that's what most of the people are objecting to.
No, wait a minute, wait. We haven't brought, this is the second,
Just let me get this 2 sentences.
wait a minute, but you're saying something that's not true. We weren't talking about the NEA.
When you support the Star of David in urine, or when you support a black man in urine, we're talking about bigotry here. Most of the
No, we're
people
not.
are objecting to bigotry.
No,
Not the
we're
pornography,
not.
Not the pornography.
No, Robert, they're not doing that.
Well, that's
They're
how I
showing
feel,
you,
and that's how
I know how you feel, and I believe that's, but what we're looking at here is their closed-mindedness, their provincial attitude. First of all, number one, to dispel your rumor, we are not talking about any kind of an endowment. We're not talking about government. Do you understand that, Marie? And Marie, I hope one thing. I love the elderly. I love people who have lived a long life, a grand life. But then again, then there's you. And I don't know what it is. Were you always that crazy, Marie? Were you always that crazy? Were you always a hag? Were you always psychotic as a child? Or did this happen later on? Was it menopause that pushed you over the edge? Do you have a beard? I don't know, Marie. I hope one day, if ever I get to be like you, that somebody somewhere does something, it gives me a bolus of air and ends it all. This is Linus with... Linus, listen to me. I get so confused. This is Linus with you. Yes, Linus. Linus Pauling. I invented vitamin C, and I'm going to be coming up at 6 o'clock, and we're going to talk about rectal polyps and how we can help Marie do herself in. It's time like this when I agree in concepts like the Hemlock Society. Let's go back to the phones eventually. Remember that 6:30, Chris Thomas will be coming in, making his way, that arcane, urbane, inane, crazy cuckoo cat of the airways. He's going to talk to you about, of all things, sports. We'll talk to you about, of all things, sports.
News Radio 970.
Everything's nonchalant with you. It's very good. Oh, I don't care. No paperwork, shuffling around. An article and
This was left over.
Can I see the article? Is that
Sure.
what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, these guys don't know what the
Well,
what's,
they're
you know.
unsophisticated. I mean, not that I am, but it's like,
News Radio 970 WFLA, a little bit.
they're all a bunch of...
Should we don't have video for
I'll be with you in a second.
I know you have to come back.
Just where it was this morning on the launch pad at the Kennedy Space Center. We'll have problems with an auxiliary power.
So instead of screaming at him about it, I just put him on hold till he gives up every time he calls. Last half an hour, who cares?
Hey, open phones?
I just soon have to take up that much of his
Isn't that
time.
great?
Thank you.
Really enjoyed my chat about this. I sent the video away to Keith
I'll be at home time.
He is like
Okay.
he is like the umbrella of all the talk show hosts that there are.
Who's this? King?
Keith, he's in the issue number 2. He's doing. We're not going to do Jay Marvin, but we can't. It's too late to do Lionel or anybody in Tampa. So
What do you
it'll
mean
just
issue number 2?
issue number 2 of the Clutter Mind. It'll be a history of. I think he's got Howard Stern, Gary D, Bob Grant, Lassiter.
I love Jay Marvin.
I've been getting into him a lot. You know, trailer bats.
He's a great Q-tips.
He has this guy called Mr. Tapehead. Have you ever heard that? The guy repeats the whole week. The splice is about Jay yelling at people. It was really good. And then he had like a little Jimi Hendrix Traffic playing when he was talking about people with the... Do you listen to Jay instead of Rush? I hope you do.
Oh, yes. I don't like Rush.
Rush is terrible. And I'm really surprised at Flores. If I was on the mic, I'd say, Flores, I'm really disappointed on you. At you. You hold Rush up to some kind of pinnacle. I mean, the gay bashes, he doesn't care about the environment. He's me, I. He came up...
I don't care about a person's platform.
He's
just uninterested.
He comes in there with a bunch of articles and reads you the articles and then say he never cuts off anybody but knocks them out, you know?
Oh, I tell you, all this bullshit about you cut people off. Goddamn right you cut people off.
Excuse me?
Of course you gotta cut people off. Move along.
Oh, yeah, but he says he never cuts them off, but he just fades them out or he doesn't, you know, he just says thank you and they're gone.
Yeah,
You know?
there's a Rush bashing these guys.
Well, I'm the biggest hater of them.
You're a Rush hater now?
Of course. Except this New York syndicated show, which is better because you got these New York crazed callers who call up and, you know. But as far as the syndicate, Rush, a million dittos from Boise, Idaho.
Mega dittos, Rush.
Fuck you, Rush. And your callers, you know. I was so pumped up for that Sajak show when he had to empty the studio audience out and say, you know, I really wish I had a chance to get to know you people. What do you mean I really had a chance? You couldn't put up with people in the audience. I mean, he was sweating profusely.
It's saved. We could send you copies from New York.
He was sweating. He couldn't control anything. He had to tell that lady, the guest, hang in there. Well, it'll be over soon. I mean,
Who was yelling at her?
they had hecklers in there, and, people from abortion rights, people from gay rights. They said, Rush, you're a killer. It was incredible. And I was just going, you deserve it, Rush, and you'll never, because he was saying, I'm going to save the CBS network. I'm going to save the CBS. What kind of nonsense is that?
It's stick, Joe. Come on, take it easy.
You're alive.
Anybody's life who revolves around a talk show radio host really has a void. That's a Bob Grant line. I once called up, you know, I'm Moshi. That was a great shtick we did. Remember Moshi? He played music in the background. Remember I called up as Moshi and about...
Do Moshi for me, he'll know it.
No, I can't, because I didn't even do a Jewish guy. I was saying, Ed Lionel, you listened to the Larson show, and they were shooting people, they said, and you were playing music in the background, and then you said, okay, and you went to somebody else, I think your guy Thayer or somebody else, or Kevin. You see, you watched that button, Lionel, and then you went back to me after Gary McHenry.
Who can remember this? I don't know. I don't remember yesterday.
Well, cut it out of those drugs.
But I'm saying, but there's so much stuff.
I know.
A tasty combination to go.
But I was like hurt. In fact, I have a little thing in here I wrote, but I'm not going to do it. I was hurt. You know, you didn't call me back.
What?
You know, I said I'd send some Steve Allen to you. You said you would call me, but you called me once. Said, there's a shit Blackman here. You know, and you told me.
But I mean, I got 8 million people to call, and then I'll forget that I got stuff to do.
You
and it's like
explain
people-
that. You said you're organizing your house.
But people think though, it's like,
You're your friend.
no, not that, but it's like, that's all I got to do. But that's it.
But didn't you call up Keith that time?
Just checking in.
And you spoke to him for a nice long time.
Sure. And the other day he called up and said, "You didn't call me back. I thought maybe you would."
What else? Did he call you again? Then what he said? Come on.
It's like, I'll call you. I'll call you. I'm there on the weekend. I mean, I got stuff to do. I'm not even back yet. I get these calls from this impassioned guy in New York saying, "You didn't call me yet." It's like, I didn't get your fucking call. I'm busy. I don't expect people to call me back that quick.
When you-
Lawyers, we don't do this.
But that's like psychiatrists, you know. Let them hang on the loose.
Marge, Pat,
What happened to Jason? No longer?
He's working with the pig or doing something.
Daytime high of 79.
Guys don't think that the pig is a vernacular for WFLZ, which is their ethnic counterpart.
At 6:09 at your weather station, radar.
We're just gonna bust balls now.
Gulfport and St. Petersburg.
Spend the whole rest of the day just abusing people. We're gonna abuse people now.
This guy?
Radio 970 WFLA.
Dig this music. Come on, Mark, you can play something. Alright, guys.
He sure likes this close-up of the screen.
Yeah, because we never see this stuff. you
Huh?
know? We never see this kind of stuff. It's like you get all the
Sure.
cues and stuff like that. Oh, you get a good shot of this.
610 on News Radio 9. We called the wards. We called every drug addiction center in the area. We called every halfway house, every detox center. And we've got the best calls for you. Get ready. You're going to love this. Let's start off with Marge. Marge.
Okay, Lionel, what is your problem?
You, Marge. You're my problem.
Now cut me off. That's what you do with everyone else.
Marge, first of all, maybe somebody said, called you up, or you thought that this was who can be the biggest bitch contest, all right? We're not playing that.
No.
Talk to me about obscenity, make you think, but don't do this mamby-pamby, what's your
Now,
problem?
what makes you think that you're an authority on everything? I think that you were downright insulting to Marie. You
Oh.
don't let her express her opinion.
Well, you know
You
why?
cut her off.
I hate Marie.
Why do you hate Marie?
She's an idiot.
She is not.
But can I talk to you, Marge? Can I talk to you? Can I talk to you,
Yes.
please? What is obscene to you? Tell me. I'll listen to you.
What is obscene to me?
Tell me.
Well, what is obscene to you?
All right. I love this rhetoric. On News Radio 970 WFLA, let's go to Pat. Pat?
Lionel,
Yes, Pat.
how you doing?
Good.
I just want to make a couple points on this obscenity thing.
Please do.
The Maple Source exhibition. They're not showing it to minors, and they're not dragging you in there at gunpoint. Who cares?
See, you don't understand, Pat, because you didn't understand the wisdom of Pat, or Marie, rather, who called up and said that as long as it's offensive, it's obscene. Now, what the hell does that mean?
Well,
Do you realize somebody she said, what if you took the Star of David and put it in urine? What if you took a cross and put it in urine? Isn't that obscene? Not necessarily. How do you explain to somebody who hasn't gotten laid since Coolidge was president what obscene means? How do you explain to somebody who walks around saying, quick, nobody say anything, please don't do anything, God forbid, oh God, they're talking about sex, look, Jesus is shooting drugs up, What kind of life do they live? I don't care if they have Velcro Dayglow of Jesus performing onanism. It may not be to my particular liking. It may not be to yours, but to ban it? To have the full faith and credit of the United States government or our state government come down and say, this is so bad and so vile, we are not going to even allow its very existence? Doesn't that scare you?
yeah, it does. And you were asking earlier, who you picked
It has to do with obscenity. I don't like your language. I don't like what you've been saying about me. And if you don't shut your mouth, I'll sue the you-know-what out of you.
What? Sue the what?
Don't listen to
Sue the what?
That was just
Let me explain a
great.
couple of concepts to you. Assumption of risk. Can you imagine a guy who goes to a bull ring and says, "Yes, I'd like to fight the bull, please." Do you know anything about it? No. You walk out of the bull ring, and the bull gorge, I mean, you're dead. You got this huge horn through your spleen, and you sue the bull. Well, you assume the risk. You walked into an arena that you were ill-equipped for. And if anybody thinks that they've got some right, that some right exists or something, or that they have to be, I don't know, treated accordingly, you're out of your mind. I don't have to put up with this. I'm tired, it's late, and I deal with morons all day long. I deal with criminals, I deal with very sick people. And for me to have to subject myself and yourself to people like Marie, I'm not going to do that, Pat, because I love you. All right?
Okay, Lon.
Take care.
Enjoy your show.
All right, on News Radio 970 WFLA, let's go to Judine. Is that the name, Judine?
Yes, Judy.
Uh-huh.
Are you there?
I'm there.
Okay. Lionel, you know what I think people are doing? They're confusing the word obedience with adoption.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Hey, Dave.
Yeah, babe.
I'm on the interstate here. Maybe I shouldn't be talking, but anyway, this obscenity thing is ridiculous. I'm a photographer. Correct.
Oh.
They thought it was obscene, and she insisted that I take it down. Well, of course, I'm an obnoxious kind of a guy.
Well, apparently, I don't know.
Use the publicity.
Stan, you better call back. You get a bad cell or something. You're going in and out. Let's take another quick one. This is fantastic. Let's go to Lila. Lila. Okay, Lila. Didn't Eric Clapton do a thing? Lila.
Don't miss Tampa Bay Sports Line with Chris Thomas tonight.
You
at
go
6:30
early.
wins.
When the Mangum brothers owned
We'll break it
the club,
29.
they lost
29 and the Magic?
Sold the franchise to a guy, Tom Benson, who sells used cars, doesn't know a thing about football, but he
I
has a
really
good
appreciate
sense to
this,
go get
Lionel.
things.
Oh, I'm glad you came.
Yeah, Lionel, this was a great experience for me and Joy. Yes, we really got.
Mr. J, and you mix it live with Tampa Bay Sports Line on News Radio 970 WFLA tonight at 6:30.
And they were at the beach, St. Peter's, Clearwater, and
Joe, get some shots of us saying goodbye to Lionel. I want a picture just sitting
Let
next
me
to
wait. If
him.
you can wait, you gotta go right this second?
No, what's our rush? Let's wait.
No, it's not gonna take, somebody's gonna walk you out, because you can't go through the front door, you gotta go through the back.
Oh, you'll walk us out?
Sure.
Yeah, that's great.
That would end at 29.
The door's locked. They has to let us out.
Well, not that door, we gotta go through the sales office.
Yeah.
No, it's 6:29.
Good, get some shots of
You can hang on 11 more minutes?
970 WFLA.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
why don't we wait until a call is on?
What?
Why don't we wait until a call is on? It says battery flashing.
Tell me until it's over.
See, he forgot the
Say something?
something.
I think furriers are psychotics. How's that?
There you go, thanks, Lionel. I appreciate
No
that. I
problem.
appreciate you letting us in
Are
here.
you kidding? This is what it's all about.
I didn't hear that you
As soon as I
said
go back to New York, I'm gonna get all about 50 or 60 of those tapes that they made of you, and I'm gonna start listening to them religiously.
that's a threat.
You get home from work, you probably have some
And I'm gonna get the best of all of those calls that you made,
Sounds like Chris Thomas.
I was only a boy. I ain't got no drugs.
Are you sure about that? Okay, flashbacks. God, I hate them. Let's go to Peggy in Tampa. Peggy.
Yeah, I'm saying I think that some of these words, it is almost impossible to define obscenity because there's too much elasticity in the gun.
And then an officer undercover into your store. He would purchase or view the film. He would then write the Golden and Sky.
By the way, that fucking 10 minutes you did last week was I was on the floor in here.
What was that?
Cute.
Oh!
That's right, Chris.
That's right, Chris.
You got that?
Pocahontas lip shits.
Pocahontas
Unless
lip
it was
shits.
when Lionel
I hit
went
the
over
floor on that
6:30.
Unbelievable. Pocahontas.
Somebody brought him up today, as a matter of fact.
Shots of us walking out and then we're out of here.
What?
Just walking out of this room. I don't want to carry the camera out.
That's driving me nuts. You're a repository. That's the best part of that show.
Turn off, stand by the door and you just all walking out.
Zulu as Conan.
Get that fat Hawaiian.
Can I use that?
We're all used to get it, brother.
That's right, brother.
Hey, Lionel, that's your new den.
Joe Allen, News Radio 970.
I'll send something. I'll send you when the new magazine comes out.
What is that? That's for me, I thought it was for you.
Yeah, it's for you.
Detective
It's just a
Oh,
video.
nice.
It's a video.
Power Unit.
I'm kidding about the J Mark.
Don't worry about it. Like you said, life's too short. Oh, look at this. Jose Greco. Let's smash his balls with the door. Take care, Chris.
Okay. Take care, Chris.
Take care, Chris.
That's a sports guy.
Here, you want to take this?
Sports guy.
Why did you call me my sports? Who the hell cares?
Nancy Dinell.
I like that. Kind of a European look.
Yeah, I think
Hello,
so.
I'm Robert Altwood. Nice to meet you. I directed The Sorrow and the Pity.
This is a nice place.
We planned, you know,
You should see the old place. It was a lot better.
really, and
Oh,
it had
yeah.
an aura about it.
Dirty. You couldn't pass. Two people couldn't pass and go, oh, you got to do this. You know, to pass. It was smelly. There was no warmth.
Oh, this is beautiful. And it's,
Hey, Lionel, before we leave, have any parting messages for Keith back in Mountaindale?
Don't
Keith,
ever
lighten up,
call.
all right? I'll call you. Quit busting my balls, though. God.
Shouldn't have gave you your home phone number.
I called you. You didn't call me back. I thought maybe you would return your calls, but you didn't.
He's a baby.
And I'm chagrined and rebuffed to no end. This is the weird part. This is my NEM. You have to hit the red sensor. You guys look like half of the Blues Brothers.
That's exactly what I
Polish
said.
Blues Brothers.
He said
I like this. You can tell he's in the New York state of mind. You know?
Lionel, I really
Well, it's a
appreciate
pleasure meeting you. Jose, keep up the good work. I love your shows. You're
love my
sweetheart.
They get him shaking.
God
They
bless
get me
you.
shaking his hand goodbye.
Let's get a shot of us shaking hands, all right? We're going to begin the shaking hands now. Let's begin the...
Thanks, Lionel. I really appreciate this.
You're quite welcome. Please come back and visit with us. Thank you.
That sounds.
the arcane. A real He's a regular rogue.
Can I try this now?
You wrote it?
What's another word for thesaurus?
Fish this guy's one.
That's one of my favorite jokes.
You have to look at this.
Another name for thesaurus?
Yeah, another word for thesaurus.
You have to look.
Thesaurus is a book of other names for the...
Yeah, I know that.
The very name book
Synonyms.
itself doesn't have another name.
Oh, okay.
Hey, what do 27 battered women have in common?
They all know when to keep their fucking mouth shut.
Right.
But the guy goes to the doctor, and the doctor says, this is kind of anti-Semitic. Doctor says, it's not really. Anyway, the guy says, I got bad news for you guys. You got 6 months to live. You got terminal cancer. He says, terminal cancer? Fuck. He said, what do I do? He said, marry a Jewish woman and move to Utah. He said, why? He says, those will be 6 of the longest months of your life.
My friend Lionel Lipschitz here. A good Jew in Tampa Bay.
That's right. When you've been in this business.
You say business?
Business. Where are you going? Back to the beach?
Well, we're going back to my place.
I can get back to this place. We have to head on out of town.
I want to get something to eat.
You know, we can get
He dresses in blackface and pretends he's
Really? Show him the picture of you with the skinheads.
No, first pictures now.
I'm tired of carrying this camera. Now you are.
Don't worry about it.
infiltrates. He's like, wise guy, yes.
Yeah, you see, these are I call these guys my children over here. You know, I saw how you dress.
Except with the head over. I love this.
Okay, this is me at my Rushmore, son.
Let's see the tapes. I don't even know.
Personally setting back race relations about 50 years. And these two skinheads, they're friends of yours.
No, well, this guy wanted to move my head after he thought I might be Jewish, you know, so I had to leave town. This really isn't, this is Boulder, Colorado.
You were in Boulder, Colorado,
Marching over hippies.
pretending to be a skinhead.
Yeah.
Why do you do
Leader
this?
of the skinhead. Just for video
Exploitation.
I got carried away. You see, I was playing a Sunday character. I was crying all over the place. And I looked back and it was too windy. So I said, I need some video gusto. So I saw some skinheads. I said to him, let's take video gusto. He said, no.
That's me.
I said, listen, when you guys start making videos, you know we're Nazis? I said, hey, it doesn't make you bad people. Let's goose that.
Herman Goring was a hell of a guy.
Let's goose that. You should see him in Manhattan. He's just goose stepping in 40 seconds.
We'll send you some videos.
He doesn't have a. He keeps telling me your videos.
See, I'd rather be with you people, with the finest people on this planet, than I
Man, I really.
It's stayed, but really is.
I'm gonna be up the whole night. I'm gonna be up the whole night just thinking about this. This makes my day. We tried to get Bob Grant. They wouldn't let us in the building. We've tried everything. You know, of course, Bob Lesson is a personal friend.
Why wouldn't they?
Yeah, you take it for a while.
Well, the security, they don't. I mean, to come into here is like, I'm not saying Tampa's a hick, but you know, in New York you could never get into a radio station. You put that video camera away. What is that microphone doing here? They would never let you
I can't
in.
even get it from my college.
But just you're a Tampa boy, right? Now I called up Flores and said, would you make a tricky phone call to Keith? And he called up. He says, listen, people have been sending my tapes all over the country, and they want me on WABC for a stint, you know, for 2 weeks. Keith, can I stay at your house? You know, and so.
Ooh, I like this. The technique. Kind of like you weather cinema of everything.
Do you live in Pinellas?
No, Tampa. I gotta get a copy of this one.
Oh well, is your video machine?
We'll send you the best of the best.
No, it works.
Okay.
My God, you remember that?
It's the noggin. All I live is for talk show. What do I think about Jay? I haven't gotten into him.
All you live for.
When you were on in the mornings, when you were a caller, when you were maybe you had that stint at 6 to 10 at night one time. You don't remember?
That was one time.
One time. Yeah. But I mean, now you're in prime time. I know Lassiter left because he felt that it was all this breaks and all that. The continuity just didn't flow. But I think you really are the master. Huh?
I think you wanted more money. Isn't that what everybody wants? How can you not like the breaks? You take a break, so what?
How did he get the job? Did he send Mr. Airstream up there?
No.
Did an agent? Really?
Sure.
Yeah. Well, he's doing really good. I hope you listen to the skateboard Lassiter on the tapes. And if you want more of Chicago Lassiter, I know you think he's a misanthrope and all that.
No, I know that. I don't think that. I know that.
Joe,
he's very good.
I got to Lionel something.
I've got no.
He's got
Lionel, you got to hear this. I want his reaction, if you get any. That call that you made to Keith, right? I said, Keith, you have it on tape, don't you? And he said, no, he didn't tape it because out of respect to you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he didn't want to make the little click come on because he was afraid that you'd get to know it. And I said,
well, it's also against the law.
No, not in New York City. In New York City, if one party knows, it's against the law.
Oh, you hear it's okay, too. Oh, I'll do it again. Tell him that, Keith, if you're listening, I'll call you, you can tape it. Please. Just don't bust my couillos. I thought you'd call me. I waited by the phone.
He must have sounded like a real Maplewood Sea guy, a real mundane, you know.
You know, I'll do it. I got a lot of shit going on. I got trials coming up.
He called me. He
You're
says,
a lawyer?
Joel, I left a message on Lionel's answering machine.
A working guy.
Yeah.
Tonight I'm doing taxes. Dallas taxes.
Wow. Do you watch much TV? Do you listen to Flora? What do you do? Who is Carl?
Carl, I don't know.
Is Carl Bill from Newport Richie? I think he is, isn't he? No. You know, he kind of holds his voice.
I don't know. I don't listen as much as you do. I'm not as manic as you are.
Well, I put it all on 120 cassettes and edited it down later.
I'm going to put you in contact with
Joe from Newport. Yeah, I wrote that down.
He's got the original potato salad show.
Oh, he has that? Yeah, he played it for you, I think. Please, if you can get his number or give him my number or something like that. I wrote it, you know. Okay, and I loved you as 3 hours blood. I sent it to Keith. He says, who is that guy, that hick on the radio? He didn't recognize you. And I love your guitar work on Fridays. And I think that what happens, Lionel, really, is that Larson comes in, or maybe Gardner and Larson, you know, they set the tone for the day, and I really don't like that. And I wish that you would just like stray away from
Gardner
that.
sets the tone
No,
for the day?
not Gardner, but
today's news. That's the tone.
Well, Larson comes in for the 5 minutes, and what are you going to talk about? I'm going to talk about this girl who dumped the baby in the commode. You know, so then what goes on? He talks about that, you know, and he's a wasteland. That his show is a wasteland. I do give him this. He brings out all
the worst of people.
Yes, and I love that. I love to hear what's going on.
You know what his show was? It's like a giant scene where the guys on the ledge jump. You know, where we bring in the mob mentality kind of a thing?
No, he's just
Liesel.
He's crazy.
I love this Jewish skinhead Nazi furrier from New York who wears black.
Exactly, black.
Did you feel comfortable in the chatterbox about the butt fucking and all that?
I loved it. They didn't like it.
live at 6 p.m.
Crazy.
You know, they simulcast that,
Yeah,
and they didn't delete that.
I know, it's great. I love it.
Oh, that they.
What, you can't say anything to that? Poor Al. They asked him right away. Al, yeah. They got a tight shot.
This is Al.
Al,
And Al was like,
right. He always does this. Yeah. Al, you ever been butt fucked?
throws
I
him
said,
off.
well, Al, don't keep us in suspense.
And what about Sutherland? What's he like?
Great guy, genius quality.
But what about the FLA Lounge? I find that to be just
Too avant-garde.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. I couldn't have put that.
You know, on
yeah.
Saturday Night Live, Sprockets. That's a radio version of Sprockets. It's like it's hip, but three people in Amsterdam think it's hip. Nobody else likes it.
My
I'm
man.
gonna go yank my crank.
My man. Really? Oh, absolutely.
Come by any time.
I mean, I am serious about this. Is why these guys
Are you serious?
Remind me of Barry Bleach. Nothing is serious.
They're
It
here.
goes
You're
on
here
and
because
on
of
and
this. This guy's wondering. I just want to get fucked.
Why did they dress up? Why did they dress up?
This
I don't
guy
know.
made me wear the suit. He made me wear the suit. He's saying, "Come on, Joe, wear the suit, wear the
A lot
suit."
of chicks though.
Yeah, they go to Nebraska Avenue.
Hey, where's a good place to get chicks in this town?
You all already.
If he sensed it that quick, they sense it too. That's why.
Oh, go to the Mons. I mean, that's fun.
Where's that?
Mons Venus on Dale Mabry. Joe Redner's place. Go there. It's fun. You notice this smegma on the corner of his mouth is a mirror. It looks like semen. It looks like congealed semen.
I knew I should have checked there.
It's incredible. I mean, I'm seeing little matted pubic hairs underneath.
What were
Of
those
course.
pictures of? That the whole thing was going on.
Huh?
What were the actual pictures of that you're doing the whole show on?
Oh, some wild stuff. I mean, you know.
That fists up guys' asses.
Well, whatever. I guess. I don't know.
That's what I heard.
Oh God.
I listen to. What I do is I don't listen to you between